Hi everybody, it's Nikki again, and I was just asked to redo my craft room tour because I forgot to save it to YouTube. So yeah, so this is just if you've seen this before you can turn off now. So this is a craft room tour, and this time saved to my YouTube for all my friends that don't have Periscope. So I'm just going to put my glasses on so I can see if anybody's joining me. Right, okay, so I'm just going to move backwards out of the room first so that you can see how big my room is. Maybe it's been thunderstorming and raining, so it's quite dark. Got a few lights on. So I'll just pan to the right and then I'll come back in, pan to the left, sorry, then come back in. So I measured the actual size of the room a bit earlier on, and it's 6 foot long, 6 foot wide. At this back end here it's 6 foot wide, this end 6 foot wide, 6 foot long, and right at that end there, which you can't really see, I don't think you can see it because I can't see it, it's 15 inches wide, so it goes in like a V shape. So this is the V shaped berth of the boat, and we don't have actually any of course, as you can see, we don't have any berths in here now, so we ripped them all out and put in my crafting room. But when we're actually sailing, this isn't the crafting room anymore, this is where we store the fenders. So I have to take everything out, put it into underneath one of the bunks, and then we continue on sailing. So yeah, okay, so I've just turned back to the mess this end. So I'll just recap, this is 6 foot long, 15 inches wide, comes back 6 foot long this side, and then it's 6 foot wide this side. That's my daughter and my grandchildren there. Woo! Just in case they watch it later on when it goes up live on YouTube. So we just come back round, and I'm sorry if I make you dizzy, but I'm trying to lean back so you get a view. As I say, it's not that big. So we'll start off this end, and of course on the desk there I've got my glues, and I've got my fine liners from Mary, thank you Mary. So that's good. That's the winnings I got there. I've got nothing in it yet because I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to put in there before I use it, obviously. Yeah, so I've got all my gesso, matte gel medium there, my heat gun. This is papers that I have, you know, the craft papers and things. Up here is our twinches that I've received in swaps, and a butterfly from Leanne there. These pegs here I use when I'm gluing things together. I use these pegs to hold it down, make sure it glues well. So I've got a squeaky voice and a squeaky chair, can you hear it? So here are all my design papers that I use on my cards. Here are my tapes. This is just a mishmash here of cards and papers and that. Up here are my 1,000,001 pens. Got a lot of pens, love pens. This is where I keep my it's my handy dandy roll of kitchen roll up there. It's the window. This is the actually what gives me the most bother is this hatch here, because when the sun's coming down, it just streams the light right in and onto the desk, which is good, but it's a strong light, so I've been putting this curtain that I've got here all the way across to try and diffuse the light. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. As I say, it's been thunderstorms and rain today, and although it actually looks quite bright, it's not that bright a day out there today. This is where I've just got some bags and that I put my stuff in, all my crafting gear in when we go sailing, so I have to put it all away underneath the bunk, as I said. Got some punches there, and I broke this one yesterday, which I'm really annoyed at. The inks. This is a project I'm working on at the moment. It's going to be a stab bound album. Okay, we come this way. It's what I'm using at the moment is my dongle for internet, otherwise I wouldn't be able to film down here at all, because you can't receive Wi-Fi down on the boat. So yeah, so this comes over the phone line link. The computer behind there, I've got I'm getting a video camera eventually, and that's one of my stands that I've managed to get for it already. It's my hot light with my daylight bulb in there for night times, but it's on now because it's a little bit dark back there and you can't really see it. Here I've got stamps. I've got quite a few stamps there, but not, you know, not as many as some, but more than others. Cards, these are cards that I make up there. These are swaps and things I've received in that box there. This is a cheap candle making kit that I got for £1 in the second-hand store. It's quite good. It's, of course, my chopping board there. This here is an auto wind vane. We call him Wally. And when we're sailing, when we stick this up the back, it actually steers the boat, so you don't have to steer the boat all the time, so it's quite good. In here I've just got my journals and things like that. This is my husband's guitar. It's my yoga mat there. Obviously it's right at the back, so you can tell I'm not doing yoga at the moment. And these are just, you know, laces and things and racks that I've had. Even though I asked people not to rack me, they still rack me. So I've had to take my address down out of places because I don't have room for racks. And this here is just a mishmash of stuff and more pens. These cups here, mugs, came from Bermuda. I have a friend who runs a Bermuda Clay Works. Actually, her and her hubby, her ex-husband, he made these they're saltpeter pots or something, I think. So anyway, he's I don't know whether you can see that, John Faulkner. He made these. It's good. And more papers. My husband's spanners. Thanks, hubby. I'll share a lot of his stuff in here. Here I've got all my paints and paints, man, stuffed in there, and my watercolours and my oil pastels, loads of stuff in there. But look, I've got a gingerbread man. Down here on the floor I've got my heater when it gets cold. I've got lots of old charts here. These are charts we're not using anymore, so I get to play with all this lovely bits of paper. And when I've used the paper as well, this cover here on here is a canvas, and it's a material, so it's canvas, so it'll make some good book covers, I think. And just going to come back out again, because this is my chair, and it's a fixed chair. Well, it swivels, but it's a fixed height chair, so it's actually quite difficult when you're crafting to get into a comfortable position, and there's no room to stand. I could stand up here, here probably. Oh yeah, there you go, look, I could just stand up there. But I wouldn't be able to craft down there, would I? This is my kettlebag, some dies. That's a piece of wood that we use when we're sailing. Don't ask. This is my shopping trolley. some there. I've got some magazines, and in that bag there is I'm ready for a giveaway. And so that's basically my little craft room. As I say, 6 foot long, 15 inches wide, 6 foot long, 6 foot wide here. So it's a nice little V thing. And I don't think that I can say anything else because, yeah, that's about it for me. It's not a big room, stuffed to the gills, as all our craft rooms are, I should imagine. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the tour. I'm going to go now because I don't have that much internet to play with. So I hope to see you again soon. And for my girls on YouTube, bye.